Alright, in this video, I will be giving you, or rather, I will be stating some foundation to the Heikin Ashi candlesticks. When it comes to the financial market, there's something known as charts, and there are different types of charts, and they are different, they are diverse. For example, if you can see my screen, I am currently on the XNES app because that's what I use for trading. I prefer it. Now, if I click on a toggle here, you're going to see the diverse types of charts we have. You can see we have the Heikin Ashi, which I'm currently using. We have Renko, line break. You have the normal candles, which is known as the Japanese candlesticks. So I would like to draw a distinction between the Heikin Ashi candlestick and the Japanese candlesticks, which is quite popular. The Japanese candlestick is, in terms of popularity, has more popularity among traders. Now, the Japanese candlesticks itself gives you the high, the open, the close, the low. Heikin Ashi candlestick, as you can see on my screen, necessarily will not give you the information like that, but at the same time, you can set your chart to give you the exact price. And Heikin Ashi itself, the meaning in Japanese is average bar. So its aim is to show you trends. That's the aim of the Heikin Ashi candlesticks chart, is to show you trend. For example, I'm currently on the Bitcoin chart, and this is a 1 hour. This is a 1 hour time frame, and if you can see here there are series of green bars, although my chart I've painted it to be in yellow colors, or gold colors rather. You can see there are series of green bars. Now it tends to show you the trend, but if I should switch to a Japanese candlestick now, you see that on this day, this 10th of September, where the market trended from 3 o'clock all the way to 17 o'clock, that was in the evening, you will notice that you are going to see some reds. If I switch to the Japanese candlesticks now, let me do that. Alright, I'll switch to the Japanese candlestick and let me go to 10th. You can see this 10th. You can see red. This is a red bar. This is a red bar. Do not. It's just my chart coloring. This is a red bar. This is a red bar. Then the market continued up. You can see. So the distinction for me when it comes to Heikin Ashi and the ordinary most popular candlestick chart, which is the Japanese candlesticks, is the major distinction for me is the ability to show trend. I can actually show you trends. I basically use Heikin Ashi because I started with it. Not necessarily, I didn't start with it. I started with Japanese, but along the way I switched to Heikin Ashi, and I've been using Heikin Ashi for over a year now, and I have grown a skill at reading its price action. Basically when it comes to trading, there is no such thing as the holy grail or which is best. That's why I can never come out to tell you that Japanese candlesticks is better than Heikin Ashi candlesticks, or Heikin Ashi candlesticks is better than Japanese candlesticks. No, I won't do that, because in trading it's all about what works for you and you understanding what you are using. So I have been using Heikin Ashi, and I know how to read this price action. I can wake up in the middle of the night, look at an Heikin Ashi chart, and tell you what's happening, or tell you what's likely to happen next based on what I've seen. So this is the Heikin Ashi, and I've showed you that it's good for trade. For example, if I should switch to the 5-minute charts now, you are going to see longer trend. In forex, when you are on the higher time frame, the trends are not very lasting. Let me switch to the 5 minute time frame. This is the 5 minute time frame. You can see this trend from here down to this place. Imagine you catch a move like this. So that's it. And secondly, there's no best time frame for using the Heikin Ashi candlesticks. Some people might want to tell you that there's a best that is better used on higher time frame. I don't subscribe to that. The best thing to do is what works best for you. I trade the Heikin Ashi candlesticks on a 5 minute chart every day. That's what I do every single day. And from my experience, the more you use a particular method, the more you tend to know what works and what does not work. That's why it's advised that you stick to one strategy or stick to what you are doing, and you just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again, and you get better at it. So I've told you what Heikin Ashi candlesticks is. Then you've also seen the difference. The difference is that the I can actually this is the difference, just note it. It tends to just show you the trend. It for the prices, it averages the prices. Although it's still, like for example, if you look on my chart now, if you look on my chart, you can see the prices here. The price of BTC. BTC is currently $115,826,000. Although it's changing. That's the bid and ask price. Now, if you look at it, you see that the Heikin Ashi smooths out price and makes you know trend. Yes, see when the market is trending. Then secondly, another very good tip for Heikin Ashi is that, although I'm going to make another video on that, when you see a situation like this bar now, this bar here, you can see that this bar, the close, this is the close of the bar, this is the high of the bar, and this is the low. You necessarily may not see the open, because for a bullish candle, you necessarily not see the open for Heikin Ashi. And for example, a bearish candle, you can see, for example, in this particular bullish candle does not have a tail at the, it does not have a tail. It does not have a tail that's at the bottom. There's no this can be taken as the if you see, there's nothing protruding, there's no wick protruding. It shows that during this 1 hour, during this particular 1 hour session, this 1 hour candle, the market was purely bullish and there was no retracement that tend to go down. But if you look at the candle that's preceding it, you can see that there's a high, there's a close, there's an open, and there's a low. This is the low. You can see the low there. That's the low. It shows that during this 1 hour period, market retraced beyond the low. So when you see a situation like this preceding candle has, there's a way I read it. When I see a candle like this that has a low that came down and later closed up bullish, I can tell that there's buying pressure. And depending on context, when you see a candle like that, you can enter. It's advisable to enter. It shows that market attempted to go down to sell, but buyers came in and pushed it up, and it still closed bullish. So I'm going to make a separate video on reading Heikin Ashi candlesticks. It's very interesting, but like I said, there's no holy grail. The more you do something, the more you get better at it, and that becomes your holy grail, because why? You're not skilled at it. So that's for that. Now, okay, so I was saying, for example, you see a situation like this where the close of this candle, the close of this particular candle, this particular candle is higher than the high of the previous candle. That's very bullish. When it comes to Heikin Ashi candlesticks, that's a very bullish signal. So that's for that. Then, well, the advantages of Heikin Ashi candlesticks is that it makes it to identify trend easier, and also if you are good at reading its price action, it can seriously help you. Then it also assists in filtering out market noise. If you look at Japanese candlesticks, can contain a lot of noise. So if you don't like noise and you want something that is smoother, you may want to switch to Heikin Ashi candlesticks, not Japanese. And also, there are some limitations too. Yeah, also there are some limitations too. So it depends on your chart. You might not see the real time price, but you can always set that from your, if you're on TradingView on XNet app, you just have to go to your settings. When you go to your settings, you can see a feature there for using the real price. Yeah, so you can see the feature there for using the real price. You just have to go to your settings. It's not a big deal. And secondly, knowing if, as a CFD trader, someone who bets on price going up or down, knowing the real price actually doesn't make you money. What makes you money is you being correct. If you said the market was going to sell, if the market sold, you make money. If you said the market was going to go up, the market went up, you make money. That's all you are concerned about. Whether Bitcoin is 115,000 USD is not your business. You can still use your support and resistance just the way you use it on some Japanese candlesticks. So all you are concerned about is you being right in respect to where you predicted or you are betting that the market is going to go to based on your own skill and your analysis. So that's for Heikin Ashi candlestick. And like I said, the more you use something, the more you get better at it. So we are going to I am going to end this video now, and I'll make a subsequent video on anyway I'll make subsequent videos on this Heikin Ashi candlestick chart. So just look out for those videos.